Right next to the news, we have our own scoop. WIDR Kalamazoo. Right next to the news, we have our own scoop. WIDR Kalamazoo.
Right next to the news, we have our own scoop. WIDR Kalamazoo.
This is Live, Loud, and Local, taking listeners inside the best live shows in Kalamazoo and beyond. This is 89.1 WIDR FM. You can listen live on widrfm.org. Hi, listeners. I'm Karen. I have my friend Holly here.
Hey.
This is our second episode that we have going on. I have Holly here because she went to this last show that I went to. Do you want to introduce yourself, Holly? Say a little bit about you.
I mean, I'm Holly. I enjoy live music and I like hanging out and a good snack. I feel like that's the most accurate way to describe me.
It really is an accurate way to describe you. You said that you've been to one house show before this house show.
Yeah, so I went to one maybe like 2 weeks ago with my roommate because she works with all of the band members. And then we were like, oh, like a cute little Friday activity. So then when you on Saturday were like, hey, let's go to this house show, I was like, perfect. Like, I'm ready.
Perfect. So this show that Holly and I went to was at the Back Rooms again. It was on April 29th. And there was a really sick poster that was made by Secret Sound Lab, who plays keys for Fiscus, who is one of the people or one of the bands that played this show. So all the people include Squatch, Fellow Kingsmen, Fiscus, and Carbon Decoy. We stayed for Squatch and Fellow Kingsmen. Squatch they brand themselves as a progressive rock jazz fusion group based out of Grand Rapids. They were super funky. They were super danceable.
Yeah, I literally felt like if I closed my eyes, I was just kind of like laying on a beach listening to somebody at a beach bar. So it was pretty chill and loved it.
Yeah, that one was a lot of fun. And then Fellow Kingsmen, they brand themselves as a landlocked surf rock based out of Milwaukee. They were super fun. They were headbanging. They were so beachy. I jumped into the mosh pit during their stuff.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, because we went with our friends Anna and Sarah also. So it was fun, and it was Sarah's first house show. And it was super, super fun I think Anna's been to a few house shows, but it was super fun to like kind of introduce Sarah.
Yeah, and I think Sarah really liked it, and especially that was like a great little like way to dip her toes into.
True.
It was like, especially the second band, they were still very like jazzy, vibey beach show, but like a little bit heavier to where like it just felt a little bit more intense, and it was a good transition.
Yeah, this was one of the best shows that I've been to in a while.
Really?
Oh yeah, definitely. It was so much fun because not all the time you can like dance to it. And like I was standing in front of you guys and I was like dancing and I was headbanging.
Yeah, like I was definitely like vibing, like almost like little like back and forth sways all the time. And then the one girl just up and in the corner, she was like dancing.
True. There were so many mullets at this show too. That was something that I specifically noticed.
I mean, like I expected it though.
It's just I didn't expect to see so many in one location. A lot of the people that were at this show weren't like regulars.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of people I didn't recognize.
Okay, I mean, just from the one show that I went to, I recognized, I think, 3 people. And
Gotcha.
I was like, oh, this really is like a community.
Yeah, it really, really is. There was definitely a few that I recognized, but usually I recognize more people than like... because Ryan Fluke is one of the people that runs that house, and I recognized him, and he plays drums for somebody I can't remember off the top of my head. And then there were like 2 or 3 people, but most of the people I'm like, hey, I've never seen you before, but this is kind of cool.
We noticed, especially during the second band, there were a lot of what looked like moms there.
Yeah.
And that was mine and Sarah's favorite thing, that we knew this was just like chill vibes, because how many moms would go to something like that?
So true. Yeah, every once in a while you see like someone that's older, someone that's not in college, like at one of these shows. But these people were like, they had like gray hair. Like,
yeah,
that was not what I was expecting, but I thought that was really, really cool and gave like a different dynamic to it.
Yeah, but it was just like really cool because we didn't know, were they actually just like maybe the band's mom or something like that, or were they just really there to just vibe with the music?
Yeah, were they one of us where they just like saw it on Instagram and showed up?
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows? So the other two bands that we didn't see because we went bar hopping after, and we went to LFG and Green Top Tavern, and that was a night that we had. But it was Fiscus, and I've seen them perform a handful of times. They were the band that piqued my interest on this lineup. They brand themselves as psychedelic rock / prog rock, and they're based in Grand Rapids, and they're a bit experimental. Their song Holy Drone kind of showcases off their experimental stuff. And then Carbon Decoy, which I've been joking with our production person today, Ryan, about how they're heavy garage psychedelic acid rock stoner rock band from nowhere. Like, that's how they brand themselves.
Yeah, that sounds kind of sad that we missed it, but our bar crawl was pretty good.
Our bar crawl was pretty good. We couldn't
Shroom Girl did miss psychedelic rock, but it's for another day.
Another day. They'll be around.
Yeah.
They're in, let's see. Yeah, from nowhere. It was like Nowhere, Michigan.
Oh, I literally thought you meant nowhere as in like nowhere specific.
No, it is like nowhere specific. I think it was like Michigan in general. So they brand themselves as like from nowhere. And they have like, they don't have like a Spotify presence really. And I think they had like 30 followers on Spotify. And yeah, and we're like the last people to play. And usually like the last people to play are the headliners. So that was kind of that was very odd, and I didn't expect it like that. And with this lineup, they didn't go in order like they usually do, of like the people on the bottom like start out and then you like go up top, but they really like jumped around on the set list.
Yeah, because you said that Squatch like opened the show, and that's normally for like kind of the least well-known.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
But they were really good.
They were really good. Because Anna and I showed up before you and Sarah did, and we were sitting outside, and I'm like, man, if this is opener,
yeah,
like, are you serious? Yeah, I highly recommend looking up Squatch. They did some cool stuff at that show.
Yeah, I was in band like growing up, and I really loved their drummer.
Yeah. No, their drummer like had it going on. And again, it was like the jazz, funky, like even like triplet stuff, like a shuffle. Ooh, yeah. It was so good. And because I was in jazz band in high school also. Yeah, so I like, oh my God, this is music to my ears. This is not what I was expecting at all.
And then it's like everything else in a band like that can like, it's good, but personally, I really think that whoever's on drums like makes or breaks it.
Oh, so true. Yeah, because you can't, like, it's so hard to dance to something if like the drummer's not good.
Yeah,
and if they're like out of time and not like holding beat or whatever, like how are you supposed to dance to that?
I also really love that both the bands we saw used keys versus the one that I went to a few weeks ago didn't. Yeah,
tell us a little bit about the show that you went to a few weeks ago.
So I went with my roommate Natalie, and we saw After Midnight. Okay. And then After Midnight was Basement Windows. And I know, at least from seeing After Midnight, it was like more of a heavier like rock metal. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure how they brand themselves.
That's okay. Who did you say it was? I'll look it up right now.
After Midnight.
After Midnight.
And then fun fact about After Midnight, all of them work at Olive Garden.
Nice.
But yeah, it was very much like the whole time it was headbanging mosh pits. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't like super like dancey. It was like, oh, like this has a good beat. But yeah, so two completely different shows. So that was like really interesting to me to see that basement shows have that much range.
Yeah, no, you really can find like, because then there's a venue called The Runoff that has a lot of like screamo bands. There's such a, you can literally go like indie pop type of deal to like screamo. There's such a range of stuff. And then there's a venue called Hellhole that is kind of emerging right now, and they really do like 50% house shows, 50% comedy shows, where they literally like set up like chairs in the basement and have people and like perform comedy and perform like written word plays and stuff. Like there's such a wide range of things.
Have you ever seen one of those?
No, I want to get to one this summer.
Yeah, because that sounds really cool, because I've been to like comedy shows and like, I'm going to say like physical venues where you can buy a ticket and things like that. But I feel like seeing it in a basement show in Vine neighborhood would be like no limits, like balls to the walls crazy.
Definitely. So After Midnight brands themselves on Spotify as our music is best played violently loud. And that's about all they got.
That's about right.
But yeah, sounds about right. And yeah, definitely check them out on Instagram. They look like a cool group. I am following them on Instagram, so good to know. I've probably seen them at some point.
Yeah.
I've definitely seen Basement Windows.
I know that After Midnight only performs like once a month in Kalamazoo.
Gotcha.
Apparently. Yeah. But yeah, that was something also that I noticed is like that show was definitely significantly louder, and it's just the type of music that made it feel that way. But versus like our show was really like, I just literally felt like I was having a good time.
Good.
I mean, I obviously was.
Yeah. But it was way more your scene and what you were comfortable with compared to like a headbangy.
Yeah.
That's not the type of music you listen to.
Yeah. And which I said, like, when I went, I was like, this is the type of music that's good to listen to live, but I wouldn't necessarily listen to it on Spotify.
And that was the first show that you went to?
Yeah. And then when we went, I was like, oh, like, okay, I would actually look this up and like listen to them. So I feel like our show was way better for Sarah's first show.
Definitely. Yeah, way less scary than it could have possibly been. Scary, quote unquote, like screamo, heavy metal, intimidating. No, this show was really, really good. And I know that Backrooms has been promoting this show for like 2 months at this point, and they were super, super excited for people to come out to this show. And there wasn't even like a super ton of people there.
No, I was a little bit surprised on like the turnout.
Yeah.
And maybe the rain drove away some people, but...
True. But there was the rain, and then it was also like graduation weekend.
Yeah. There was somebody that did show up in a graduation cap.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
And they showed up with 2 bottles of wine. And they were like it was like a group of girls like just trying to like hand it to each other because none of them wanted to hold it.
Yeah.
So that was pretty funny. We also had a dude that kind of came up to all of us and was like trying to distract us, and that was a bit odd.
He asked me, he goes, "You look really familiar." And I go, "No, I don't." I don't.
Yeah, he tried talking to me kind of in the middle of the show, and I really said like, "No, the show's on."
Yeah.
Like, I'm watching the show, and he thought that was odd that I said no to him like that. But anyway, just if you're going to come to shows, just be cool and don't try to talk to people in the middle of a set.
Yeah, especially when they look like interested in what's going on.
Yeah, especially if I'm sitting there headbanging and dancing.
Don't stop us to try and talk to us.
Yeah, don't like stand right in front of me with like your
and wave at us.
Yeah, like arms to the side.
What's that?
Just show up and have good vibes. Don't be a distraction.
Yeah, I really feel like good vibes is a good definition of a basement show.
It really is. Just like don't cause a problem. Like don't make a scene. Just like hang out. Like it's not that deep. Yeah, that really is like all you need for a basement show.
True.
Let's see, Holly. What kind of music do you usually listen to?
I'm a little bit all across the board. So I grew up with 2 siblings. One's 3 years older than me and one's like 12 years older than me. So I have like a lot of that early 2000s.
Love.
Like she was across the board too. Like she had a little bit of like almost rock-ish, but also like the 2000s like pop. And then from my brother, I really got into like, I'm going to say a little bit more alternative indie music. But then also, I will not lie, I do have a good country playlist.
Oh, love. I definitely listen to too much Britney Spears, too much like super, like almost like bubblegum pop type of early 2000s music. That's like, and I also did go through a K-pop phase. Don't tell anybody, listeners.
I never had one.
Yeah, went through a K-pop phase. I was like 15. If you scroll back in my Spotify, which you can find in the link in my bio at Karen.Lars. That playlist is still up, and it was like when I was like 15, and I still listen to Fire Truck. That song is so good. I don't remember who it's by, but that song still is like ingrained in my memory.
Yeah, but it's so my like music taste is all over the place. But then so I feel like everything is just good. Yeah.
Honest, and that's such a good place to be.
Yeah.
When you say like country stuff, are you talking like Nickelback? Are you talking like what kind of artists are you talking?
Okay, so I'm a little bit all across the board. Like I am your like girl country like heartbreak like your Carrie Underwood and everything, but
Love.
I am also like your male country artist. I'm on a boat, my green tractor with the love of my life and my dog. Like, it's a little embarrassing, and I will admit it. My favorite country song right now, I think it's by Toby Keith. It's called I Want to Talk About Me.
Love.
I think if that says anything about me.
I would say, Holly, that says everything listeners need to know about you.
Yeah. Want to talk about me. Want to talk about I.
Easy. I've been listening to a lot of like, I have this in my notes. Where is it? I've been listening to a lot of like house jazz lately. So yeah, because I like super like, it was really like the show that kind of put me on. I'm like, oh man, I gotta listen to some jazz now.
Yeah.
But I don't want like, I wasn't in the mood for your like Louis Armstrong, like traditional like band or whatever. I wanted to get some like kind of house, like be able to dance to it.
Yeah.
So I literally started a playlist. Let's see, what are the kind of the artists that I have in this? It's called House Jazz in the House. I have a lot of Berlioz, Berlioz. They've been fun. There isn't any artist in here that I've like listened to before. It was just like I went house jazz on Spotify and started playing stuff and just started adding stuff to a playlist.
I think I know what type of music I'm going to add to my playlist.
House jazz?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I'll literally have to send you this playlist that I'm making.
Something I think that you'll appreciate.
Yes.
My roommate who I went to the show with, it was probably about 2 months ago. She comes home and she goes, guys, I have this new song that I think you're going to love. And we're like, okay, Natalie, lay it on us. It's in German, and it's
Nice.
just these completely like German artists. And then so we all just became obsessed with the way they sound. Do we know what they're saying? No. But like, it's so just like, it's another like good vibes, like chill. And I'm like, wow.
Do you listen to Måneskin at all?
No.
Okay. So I gotta pull it up. They won, let's see. What does it say right here? They're Italian. And they won, I think they won Eurovision. Like the America's Got Talent or The Voice of like Europe. They're very like rock heavy type of, let's see, how do they describe themselves? Yeah, they're raw, energetic, and distorted sound, contemporary tastes. Yeah, they started in Rome in 2015. And they were the first Italian artist to spread worldwide. Yeah, rock and roll. Yeah, they're really, really good. It's like M and then there's an A with a little circle on it.
Yeah, I am looking them up.
Yeah, they're super good. I highly recommend. I Want to Be Your Slave is one song that went kind of popular on TikTok, and that's how I found them. But I really dive deep into like...
They're that band?
Yeah. No, but then they have a bunch of music that's in Italian too, and that stuff slaps so hard too.
Because I'm not gonna lie, sometimes the fact that you can't understand it's really nice.
It's so nice.
Yeah, I used to put on, let me figure out what their band name is, but I'd put on this German band while I was doing homework because it's really nice background music and there are words.
True, but it's not like you're standing there singing along.
Because I can't sing to it because I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Annan May Cantaret sings our favorite song. It's called Tommy. Dude, that's a lot of letters. Good luck.
I'm like, okay, how do I spell it?
ANNENMAYKAN.
Oh, found him.
Yeah. They sing our favorite song called Tommy. And I was just like, wow, like...
Tommy or Tom's Diner?
Tommy. So Tom's Diner is another really popular one that you've probably actually heard.
Okay.
It's like the do 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 do. But anyway, yeah, no, they sing that, and I'm just like, what? But anyway, so Tommy like got us hooked on this band, and then that's like what caused us to be obsessed with German music.
Love. My sister studies. Does she study? I don't think she officially studies anymore. She's a German student at University of Michigan, and she, yeah, I'm. Now my TikTok feed is like German jokes, and I'll send them to her and she laughs at them, but I have no idea what they're saying. But I'm just like, oh, it's in German. I'll send it to Leah.
Yeah. We had a roommate who was in Germany for like 5 weeks last summer. And then so we were just like playing it in the house and she recognized and she's like, that's German. And we were like, Yeah. And then there were a few things where she'd be able to pull it out, but like she doesn't speak fluent German.
Gotcha.
So,
But she could like pick up on some stuff.
yeah. So it was definitely just like really funny that like people noticed that was not English.
That's super, super funny. Do you have any concerts coming up this summer, Holly?
I actually don't. I have no clue what my summer is going to look like.
Gotcha. Oh, yes. We've talked about this.
Yeah.
Holly and I might be coworkers. We are coworkers. There we go. I wasn't sure if it was official or not.
Yeah, I signed my offer letter on Saturday.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. I just had a meeting with the recruiter today, and she's like, what laptop do you want? And I'm like, oh, girl.
Oh, really? You got that choice? I have like a laptop from like 2015 that barely works.
Yeah. Well, the first thing she asked me was, do I want a Mac or a PC?
Gotcha.
So I was like, okay, like what PC options do you have?
Yeah. Is it like a desktop? Is it a...
No, it's still a laptop, but like
Gotcha.
I wanted to make sure because there's certain ones that I'm like, yes, but then there's other ones where I'm like,
You're like, please don't do
yeah,
it.
no.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I'm going to be in the Dominican for 2 weeks during the summer. So like, one, super excited for that because like cultural experience, but also food, language, music.
True. That's going to be so much fun. I can't wait to see the pictures, Holly.
No, I can't wait to come back being even more tan than I already am.
Oh, love. I just recorded a little like a little blip to play in between songs, kind of like as an auto thing, and it was literally like, make sure to wear your sunscreen. You don't want skin cancer. So yeah, that's funny.
We don't mess with skin cancer.
This is an anti-skin
Yeah.
cancer podcast.
This is like a skincare podcast, actually. It's not music.
It's all about skincare.
Yeah, we're both skincare girlies. Definitely wear your sunscreen every day, even if the sun's not out.
So true. I literally have sunscreen on my face right now. The Super Goop. So good.
I'm a La Roche-Posay girly.
Ooh, I use that for my facial cleanser.
Yeah. I recommend them for all my skincare: cleanser, moisturizer, and a sunscreen. Just saying. Not sponsored. Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. Not sponsored. Not sponsored by Scoop Goop. What did I just say? What
Yeah.
brand was it? Whatever. It's a yellow bottle. It's popular on TikTok and it just works.
They want to sponsor.
Yeah. If you would like to sponsor Live, Loud, and Local on 89.1 WIDR FM. You have my Instagram account, Karen.lars on Instagram. Okay, so to transition to that, you don't have big plans for this summer. Have you been to a concert lately? Even like a bigger venue? What was the last concert you went to?
So I can't think of the last concert I went to, but I know like I've seen a little, I guess it technically is concerts. I've seen like live music up in Grand Rapids and
Ooh.
Muskegon lately.
Yeah.
Not that I know who it is.
That's
Do
okay.
not ask me.
Do you know where it was?
So in Grand Rapids, a lot of times they'll do stuff like in their city square, kind of. Just like also during.
So it was like out in the open.
Yeah. So
Ooh.
I went to a lot of their summer like festivals up there.
Nice.
Different art festivals. Labor Day. Muskegon had like a Polish festival, so I was up there for that. I don't know, just like music out in the open during the summer.
It's a whole different vibe.
I can be like driving in a city and I'll hear somebody playing and I'm like, nope, hour detour. I want to know who that is.
Yep, I'm gonna be like, okay, let's drive past.
Yeah.
And then if there's a food truck, I'm
Even
getting out of
better.
my car. I am going to go see who it is and go experience it.
Yeah, and especially in Grand Rapids, I feel like every weekend during the summer, I could just like drive up there and like a different street has something going on.
So true. I love Grand Rapids.
No, it's so good. And then even during Art Prize, I felt like they had a lot of unique things going on. Big
No.
promoter of Grand Rapids.
Big promoter of Grand Rapids. And don't worry, on my list of upcoming shows, listeners, I guess I only have one show that's technically in Grand Rapids, but Grand Rapids has got a great music scene going on too.
What do you got going on in Detroit this summer? Anything?
Oh my goodness. I got, let's see, 2 in the next month even. I know. So on May 2nd, this podcast comes out on the 8th, so this will be by the time that this comes out. I'm going to go see Father John Mitzi in Grand Rapids. Have you ever heard of Father John Mitzi?
I think I have. Same roommate who introduced me to the German music. I feel like she said,
Gotcha. Because I'm pretty sure he's European. I might be wrong about that. But he had like a song go viral on TikTok also. And that's how I found it. I found half the time that's how I find stuff. But then I like dive deep into like their other stuff. And I'm like, oh, they're actually great.
pretty good.
And I bought this ticket. Oh, it was it was probably December when I bought these tickets. So this has been a long time coming. And then on May 12th, we got, here's a name, VAG against the Mashine. So it's VAG against the Mash, MASHEINE. Instead of Rage Against the Machine, VAG Against the Machine, See Home and Century Babes are playing at the Loving Touch in Detroit. See Home is my sister's favorite house show band. They're based out of Ann Arbor. I have their record on vinyl. I have one of their sweatshirts. See Home is incredible. They're doing really, really cool stuff. And then on the 17th, we have the Aqua Dolls that are playing at the Loving Touch in Detroit. Have you ever been to a show in Detroit?
Not like a house show or anything.
I haven't been to a house show in Detroit either. It's been more traditional venues in Detroit.
I've seen a few concerts in Detroit. I guess that was Canada. I saw Alessia Cara. I've seen 21 Pilots a few times in Detroit.
A few times?
Yeah.
17-year-old me is screaming.
Oh, trust me. I think I was 15, maybe 14 the first time I saw them.
Nice.
Phenomenal.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
Was it when Blurry Face, that album came out?
Yeah, so that was the first time I saw them.
No, that was honestly like prime 21 Pilots era.
And then I kind of did like fall off a little bit, but then they had their next tour, and I did just get tickets as like I've gotta go.
Well. Yeah.
I've gotta go.
Exactly.
I've seen like Paramore, Maroon 5, back when like 5 Seconds of Summer.
Love.
Yeah, so I've seen like all of them in Detroit. My brother's girlfriend is seeing Taylor Swift both nights.
Shut up. Really? I can't believe she got tickets for both nights.
No, and the one night she's taking my brother.
And does your brother care about Taylor Swift?
No, he did get another girl tickets like last tour, but no, she's just gonna take a 25-year-old man who's not gonna appreciate it.
Man, he better wear a shirt that says Karma. Have you seen those?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure she's gonna pick out a really good outfit for him.
Good.
I trust her.
Shout out to all my Swifties listening right now. I am a Swiftie at heart too.
Yeah, if you're wondering where your Detroit tickets went, I know where they are.
In your brother's pocket.
Yeah, because he did buy the one night's tickets.
Did he?
Yeah.
Man, that's pretty funny. So then other shows that we have going on, there's actually a new venue that's opening up in Kalamazoo. It's at Sky_High_KZoo. Yeah, Sky High, and Headband Henny is going to be playing a band called Bo Diz that I've never heard before. Griff Paws, I love Griff Paws. And then Faded Winds. This is going to be like their first show ever at this house. I don't even know where the address is. I'm not even in the loop so far with that. So definitely follow Sky High on Instagram. Get to that show Kalamazoo support. I'm not going to be in town, sadly. This will be my last podcast until probably June. I have to get my wisdom teeth out. Boo-hoo me.
Huff.
I know, right?
When I got my wisdom teeth out, I did get an infection, so good luck, girlie.
No! My mom's a dental hygienist, so I'm gonna be like laying on the couch next to her all day, and I'll be like, Mom, and like I'll have my mouth open. I'll be like, take care of me, because she has like all her little dental tools, like her personal set of dental tools. Like, I don't gotta do anything. It'll be all my mom. So I'll be chilling. And then also on the 18th, there's a lot of shows happening on the 18th. At the Metal Frat in Ann Arbor. My sister loves the Metal Frat. I haven't been to the Metal Frat. But they have Farseek, Kerosene Heights, Normal Park, and Easy Beach playing. I've seen Easy Beach 2 or 3 times at this point. I have an Easy Beach t-shirt. They're a little bit more like screamy, but it's like kind of indie music paired with screamy vocal stuff. It's a really kind of interesting pair with that.
Also with the name, I wasn't expecting that type of music.
Definitely not. Yeah, well, I'll have to show you a song by them after, but it's definitely like not what you expect. So go to Metal Frat in Ann Arbor. And then also on the 18th, we have, let's see, how do I pronounce Quercus? Quercus Noise Project. And then we have Ficus again. And we have Squatch again. And then a band called False Harbor at a venue called the Treehouse that's in Grand Rapids. I've never been to the Treehouse. I've seen so many good things about the Treehouse. They always have really cool people coming through. And then one more that I have on the 18th. This is a possibility that if my bleeding mouth allows, I will be at this show. I specifically asked my mom, and I'm like, hey, do you think I can mosh like a week after I get my wisdom teeth out? And she said, no. And then we got into a whole conversation because I moshed at the show yesterday. And she yelled at me. She's like, you're moshing? You're gonna get hurt. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I gave Anna my glasses.
Yeah.
Like, the worst I'm gonna get is bumped in the nose.
The one guy that was moshing yesterday, he like broke his ACL and has the whole leg splint on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're fine.
Like, I'll be fine. But my mom is so overprotective, and
Yeah.
she's like, oh my God, you're gonna die. No, I will not die, Mom. I know how to properly mosh. But it's the National and Soccer Mommy that are gonna be playing. Have you heard of either of them?
I have not.
I love Soccer Mommy. And then my boyfriend loves the National. So, like, he saw that come up, and he's like, wait, do you want to come with me? And I'm like, oh my God, like, if my mouth is okay, I would love to
Yeah.
come.
Just do it anyways.
I'm really thinking about it. And like, it would be like, I'm going to be up in the UP. So it'd be, I drive down 8 hours to go to the show and then drive back up. But also, I'm not doing anything. It's summer.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Also, like, driving's not going to hurt your mouth. So
Yeah.
that's not a problem.
Maybe I won't be able to like jump up and down, but like, that's fine.
Yeah.
I can do that. I got my earplugs. I'll be fine.
Also, wear your ice packs. Like, get a little headband to stick them in.
What a vibe. That would be so funny. That will go on my Instagram if that's what I end up doing. I think that would be so funny. And then I have one more show for y'all. This is on May 26th at the Runoff. This is going to be Cal Marks, Bedtime Magic, Necromoon, Holy Nothing, and Bronson Arms. I think this one's going to be a bit more like screamo heavy metal type of deal, where Runoff usually is. And yeah, highly recommend going to Runoff, because Runoff is different because it's on the edge of Vine, and it's also takes place in their garage instead of in a basement. So that's an interesting vibe there for you. And it's on like a teeny tiny, like the platform is like maybe 2 inches tall for like the band to set up on. And like, that's it. And it's just like in the garage.
Yeah, that definitely gives different energy than a basement. Mm-hmm. Also, though, I'd love to know like how their neighbors feel about it, because when it's in a basement, you figure you have the ground to like insulate the noise.
Yeah.
If it's in a garage, it's just out.
Yeah, and they literally sometimes like have the garage doors like open too. And so I wonder, that'll be definitely a question I ask once I get like somebody who runs a venue to be like, do you get like noise complaints? How does that work?
Yeah.
Because I don't really know how any of that works. I know in the Vine, like, people are used to it. Yeah, but
Yeah.
it must happen at some point.
Yeah, because I lived in Vine neighborhood at one point, and we just used to like hear it.
Yeah.
It was just something you expected. And they even have the little pub that plays live music too.
Yeah, is that Shakespeare's?
No, I'm talking about O'Duffy's.
Oh, a Duffy's.
I lived across the street from O'Duffy's.
Man, really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So
No,
jealous,
So
honestly.
we used to sit on our front porch and just listen to the live music.
That's really cool.
It was like peak. But so like you just expect it there, but you said that this house is on the outskirts.
Yeah, it's on kind of like the edge. It's not really, you can walk to it from Vine neighborhood. You almost have to drive.
Yes.
And it's like by like a lake river type of deal. It's not your traditional like in the Vine neighborhood. It's like right super on the edge where it's like almost not in Vine neighborhood.
Yeah, so I would almost expect that they could get a noise complaint.
Yeah, especially because there's like an apartment complex that's right there. Like, I really don't know how any of that works.
Yeah, do some investigating, or like have one of your listeners do some investigating, because I just really want to know. I'm
True.
nosy.
Yes, if you are a house that's listening to this podcast right now, please follow me, Karen.Lars. Please DM me. I want you to be on this show because I have so many questions. Jonathan, if you're listening, I'm probably going to get you on too. He runs Hellhole. And then he's also in like 3 bands at this point. So I'd be very interested to get him on.
Yeah, that would be so cool to have some, like, either somebody from the house, or like you said, he's in a few of the bands.
Yeah, that's definitely the goal. I had somebody that I was going to try to get in today, and then like schedule just didn't work out. But I will have them in like at some point during the summer.
Yeah.
It's going to be the person that first house show I ever went to. And they were super excited. Not going to spoil just in case it doesn't happen, but it's going to be really, really cool.
I believe it.
Thank you, Holly.
I'll be there to listen.
Oh, perfect. So then I want to transition to, there's a hot show kind of coming to Kalamazoo. My listeners, if you listen to Pup, they are coming to Bells on September 12th. If you don't know who Pup is, you should look them up on Spotify right now, because I can guarantee you that this show is going to sell out. House show community is kind of showing up for this one. I just bought Detroit tickets for this one because I wanted to go with my sister. And this Pup show at Bells is 21 plus, and she isn't 21 yet. So we're gonna go to the Detroit show. It's in such a larger venue, but they're playing like Bells Backroom. And if you've ever been in Bells Backroom, it is tiny compared to like a large scale venue. So if you can make it to that Kalamazoo show, do it. If you want to mosh, that's the show to go mosh at. Also, drink Bells beer. Why not? Let me tell you how much I love beer. I'm such a beer girly. I know you're like more like a cocktail-y.
Yeah, it's like definitely hypochondriac, but I feel like beer makes my skin itchy.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's the hops. But definitely it's just me imagining it. So,
but hey, like whatever you got to do, you don't have to like beer, you know.
Yeah, call me out. I'm definitely a cocktail girly.
Eat us and our green tea shots at the bar.
Dirty Shirley's were the hot girl drink of the summer in 2022.
They really were. I had Dirty Shirley at the bar when we went. Yeah. It was fantastic. Also, if y'all have never been to LFG, their cocktails smack so hard. We wish we had more pretzels with our cheese and dip, but that's us being picky.
God, the pretzels were so good.
The pretzels were really, really good.
I definitely do see another LFG night in the future.
Yes, definitely. Text me.
Yeah,
I'm coming.
We'll get a little reunion in the summer.
Oh, please. Oh, thank goodness. So then, let's see. My song shout out I have for today is Mind Made by fellow Kingsmen. Yeah, that's.
I think I was just listening to that. Hold on.
Were you really?
Or at least I was listening to fellow Kingsmen. Hold on.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was literally in the coffee shop writing this script. I DM'd them. I'm like, hey, can I shout you out on my show? And they're like, please shout us out. And I really, really like this recording. And this is a kind of a good like intro to who they are. That's so... I just think that's funny that I was literally listening to that. I'm turning you into house show girly, Holly. What can I say? Yeah, because I was like, wait a minute. Yeah. Do you listen to Saturdays at your place? Karen, I don't know anybody that I listen to. I'll put on one song or one artist and then just like let it suggest me things. That's crazy. Yeah. Well, it's also just because like I can't pick a genre. Like that makes sense. Too all over the place. I've been making monthly playlists since I've been 15. Oh. So I can literally go back of, like what mood was I in July 2017 or whatever. Do you make it at the beginning of the month? I make it right at the beginning of the month. And then if it's like a song I just like, I just like throw it in the playlist for the month. Okay. So the vibe so changes, and it's literally like a back catalog of everything I've listened to since I was 15. Yeah. Yeah. It's really cool to go back of like, oh, well, I had this memory. Well, what stuff was I listening to at the time? And then I play it and I'm like, I can't listen to this anymore. And then I have to immediately change it. But no, it's so super cool. No, I'm never a playlist girly. I have like 2 playlists maybe. One's called Miss Girl's Hittin' the Road, and it's about 3 hours long, so it's the perfect drive for me home. Nice. But the fact that you can go through and make a monthly playlist, like it's so ingrained in me. Or if I'm like, man, this song has been stuck in my head, I'll just add it. Yeah. And it's not based on like, ooh, I'm sticking to this genre for the month. It's no, here's the vibe. Like I added all of like my house jazz that I was listening to, but then I also have like let's see, let me even pull up let's go April, because I just started May's today. Where is it? Here we go. I got Taylor Swift in here. I got Dogtooth, Tyler the Creator. End of the Beginning by DJO. I never know how to pronounce his name. I got Prince Daddy and the Hyena in here. I got Fall Out Boy. Like I have such a wide range of who it is that's actually like in this playlist. So then, do you got any other thoughts, Holly? I never have any thoughts. Never? No. That sounds so not like you. Brain is always empty. No, sometimes you have half a brain cell. Oh, yeah. You share one with your roommate? Is that what it is?
I share it with like a collective of people.
Gotcha.
So my roommate and I definitely share, but also one of the girls at work, we share. And yesterday at work, I had a really good thought. And she goes, wow, whose brain cell do you have today? And I was like, not mine.
What was the really good thought?
So one of our coworkers, she's actually a manager right now. She's having a baby.
Oh.
And I was like, I think I want to get her like a baby shower gift. And I see, you can tell I don't have the brain cell right now because I don't know what it is.
Was it like the present?
So I'm gonna theme the gift around sweet as can be, and I'm gonna like theme it around like little bees.
That's so cute.
Yeah, and so I'm gonna paint the card, and then so that's the outside of the card, and then the inside's gonna be like, oh, like something about blah 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 moments with your baby, sweet as honey.
Oh, love. That's so cute.
Yeah, I don't know
You
whose
had the brain cell
I
yesterday?
had, but they thought of that.
So you don't have the brain cell today, is what you're saying?
I don't got the brain cell.
Head empty. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's why I got my notes. And
Yeah.
I'm guiding this.
Before this, me and my roommate were going around and we were like looking around everybody's furniture that they put out on the curb. And
Nice.
we really loved this desk and we're trying to figure out how to put it in my car. And we're like, I don't know.
You're like, I don't know if we can do this.
It did not fit in my car.
Oh, goodness. So did you leave it?
We left it. And after this, we're going to go back with an Allen wrench and we're going to take it apart.
Ooh,
and put it in
I'm
my
praying
car.
that it's still there for you.
We hid it
Ooh. Oh, where'd you hide it?
behind the dumpster.
Honestly, that's so smart. Yeah, I really, really hope it's there then.
If it is, I'll send you a picture because it's a nice desk.
Please, I would love to see it. Is it like IKEA or is it way better than that?
No, it's not way better than that. It's like, we think it's Target.
Gotcha.
And then so it's a wood desk and it has one drawer and it has these like darker like brushed metal legs.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I mean for a dumpster diving?
For free? Yeah. Like, what are you gonna do, complain?
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is like dumpster dive-in season at this point.
And we already found a coffee table that matched it perfectly, so we're just redesigning her space.
Cute. Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna do our little outro, but I think we're chilling. Thanks for being on, Holly.
Thanks for having me.
Like, this is what I want this podcast to turn into, is just my friends come on when we go to a house show and then we talk about skincare and we talk about dumpster diving and like this is exactly what I want it to be.
I am a trash rat, so it feels really
Good. Okay. If you're a band, a house, or involved in the Kalamazoo house show scene and want to be on this show, contact me on Instagram at Karen.LARS and let's get you on. And while you're at it, follow me on Spotify. The link is in my Instagram bio. And remember to bring your earplugs, and as always, tip the touring band.